Hi, and welcome to another episode of Rob's Triathlon Tips for Beginners. This is a video that I thought would make much later on, but thinking about it this morning, I thought I would make a video on it now. And just a disclaimer before I get into it, I'm not a medical professional of any kind. It's just a video about a supplement that has made a big difference for me in terms of my ability to train and recuperate from training. And without further ado, that supplement is magnesium. Um, Earlier this year, when I started getting into some more serious training to prepare for my first Ironman, which I haven't done yet, which I plan to do in either September or October this year, depending on what happens with races being delayed and the pandemic. Um, I would do these long training sessions and I would be absolutely destroyed by them. My legs would be a mess, and I would try things like long stretching sessions and foam rolling and strength training to hopefully make my body more resilient to the punishment. I would do ice baths, cold showers. Nothing really seemed to be solving the issue of needing to take a couple days off between training sessions at least before I did anything serious again. And that was until I watched a video about supplements that people over 50 years old should be taking. I'm not over 50, but I thought it was an interesting topic anyway. And one of the things that they mentioned, they being a doctor, was that people over 50 and people younger than that are more than likely deficient in magnesium if they eat the typical modern diet, which is a terrible diet. And athletes can be deficient in magnesium as well because they do a lot of sweating. So I thought, what the heck? I haven't taken a magnesium supplement before. I'm gonna try that out and see if that makes any difference. So I did some more research on the types of magnesium that you can buy as a supplement, and there are so many. And what you will discover is that there are so many because basically the industry is looking for ways to make cheap supplements, and so they all come up with different, like, oh, we can make magnesium oxide, or we can make a magnesium citrate, or what, magnesium lactate, or there's just so many different forms of it. But which one should you take, right? So I ended up stumbling on to the fact that there's a type of magnesium, and I've got the bottle of what I take here. It's called uh, magnesium biglycinate. I'm assuming the S is silent because it would sound silly if the S wasn't. And like it says on the bottle here, it relieves muscle cramping. And I thought, hey, that's perfect. That's what I want. And it's also easy on your stomach. So I thought, this is great. I'm going to give this stuff a try. And because of the videos I've watched, I thought, I'm going to take more than what it says I should take, especially since it's apparently pretty hard to really overdose and harm yourself taking magnesium supplements unless you go insane taking it like a whole bottle all at once. Um, so I actually take four of these a day. I split that over a couple meals. I'll take two at a time. And the benefit of taking this supplement has been nothing short of game changing for my training. Since I started taking this stuff, I can do a hard workout and I feel fine immediately after the workout, and I feel fine the next day and the day after that. And I'm not afraid to keep training. I don't have to do marathon stretching sessions and foam rolling and anything like that. It has just absolutely solved a problem that I thought might prevent me from pursuing my goal of doing a full Ironman. Um, like a perfect example is yesterday I did a 180K bike ride on the app called Rouvy, Rouvy. It's a virtual world you can cycle in, and they have real world footage of courses. And the one I picked was the Ironman World Championship course in Hawaii, and that was like super cool and fun to ride. And I rode the course with my work laptop set up in my tri bars, and I wasn't trying to set the course record or anything. It took me about 6.5 hours to complete, and it was 1,300 meters of climbing. And when I got off the bike, I thought, how do I feel this good? Like, this is crazy. And today, the day after that bike ride, I feel absolutely fine. I had no no soreness going up and down stairs, which is just a miracle. And so I thought, like, this is funny. Why why didn't I know about this any sooner? So I started looking at, you know, what do I eat, and am I getting enough magnesium in my diet theoretically? And the answer was yes. I eat a pretty healthy diet, but I do sweat a lot, so then I'm probably running low on magnesium because I work out so much, and that's why it's making a difference. But then I also thought, what about all these electrolyte drinks and gels and energy bars that I'm consuming? Like, do they have magnesium in them? And the answer is no. That was quite shocking to me, especially after watching Ironman Coeur d'Alene recently, where Canadian triathlete Lionel Sanders kind of crashed and burned on the run. He had stomach problems and cramping, and just felt like garbage and walked half the marathon pretty much. So I thought that's weird because he of his own admission he'll go and he'll crush a half Ironman, but when it comes to full length Ironmans, something just happens to his body, and it may be a magnesium problem. I remember watching a video of him doing sweat measurements in Hawaii so that he could be prepared to have a better nutrition plan and hydrate properly for when he competes in Hawaii again. And he discovered that he sweats at a higher rate than most people do. So maybe it is a magnesium problem that he's running into on the run in a full distance Ironman. Maybe not. Maybe it's something else. But when you look at the nutritional content of electrolyte drinks and gels and energy bars, the vast majority of them have no magnesium, which I found particularly funny because when you go to Powerade's website and you look at um, their their page on one of their drinks, I'll just read it here. It literally says under Powerade Mountain Berry Blast, it says it's designed to help replenish the four electrolytes you lose when you sweat: sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. And then you flip to the nutritional contents, and it says it's got 7% of your daily sodium. It's got none of your calcium when you just told me I needed calcium. It's got no potassium, and it's got zero magnesium. So you just told me what I'm sweating and you're not replenishing it, but you're saying you're replenishing it? What? So then you flip to other product websites and you'll see, okay, well, Gatorade Endurance has got sodium and potassium, but no magnesium. Okay, well, that's maybe a little bit better. It's got potassium at least. You just keep running through nutritional facts on all these things and seeing like, why is there no magnesium in anything? I really think that's bizarre. And the only conclusion I can come to is that the cheap forms of magnesium that you can get as a supplement all have a laxative effect. And that's the last thing you want as an athlete, is to have to go number two because you're trying to replenish the magnesium you're sweating out. I was able to find that Pedialyte Sport and Scratch Labs have electrolyte drinks that have up to 10% of your daily recommended magnesium in them. So that was cool. Like, at least somebody's found a way to incorporate some magnesium in electrolyte drinks for athletes. And I would hope that more people start doing that. Um, but my plan, based on my experience with supplementing magnesium, is to consume magnesium supplement with breakfast the day of my race, and consume some magnesium on about midway through the bike in the race. And I may even want to take some halfway through the marathon too, or earlier in the run, to really prevent any kind of muscle cramping, and to also help my recovery from the race, since it's made such a huge difference in training. Um, so hopefully this video has been useful to you, and if it was, please give the video a like, share it with people who may benefit from it as well, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again later. Thanks.